Bridget, could you please explain me your exercise, telegram letter and imagery?
Right.
How
Okay.
it appeared.
I got the idea from Stanislavski saying about the emphasis on the most important word in a sentence, which he calls single stress. But it's also interesting to do it as a small group of words. And in order to find the small group of words that carries the main message, the core of a message, we call it a telegram, because in the old days, when we sent telegrams to each other, we didn't have the modern technology that we have now. We had to pay for every word that we put on the telegram. So we always choose the fewer words that we could, and we're choosing words from the text. Following the telegram, we find something that I call the letter, which is all the extra information in the speech that is as well as the telegram. It supports the telegram. And then thirdly, we look at the imagery. So what imagery is, especially with Shakespeare, he's using a lot of imagery. What imagery is he using? What does it do? What does it tell us about the character, how the character's thinking, and what the character wants? It gives us an insight into the character's mind, which is very, very important. And also we have various categories of imagery, nature imagery, domestic imagery, gods and goddesses, mythological, religious, all the different forms of imagery that Shakespeare uses. And I've found a little tiny speech of 4 lines at the beginning of Act 3, Scene 1 of Hamlet, in which the king, Claudius, is talking to Hamlet's friends, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, his university friends, who've been invited to Elsinore to spy on Hamlet. And we're in Act 3 now, so we're getting towards the end of the play, and what's going to happen is Claudius is going to organize Hamlet is exiled, sent to England, where he hopes that the King of England will kill him. So this is the king talking to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I'll just read the first 4 lines for you. It's a complete speech of 4 lines. And can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy? So it's a question, right? So I think that the main question is to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, get from him why. Why is he behaving like this? So we're choosing a telegram, very short. Get from him why, 4 words. You can go, if you want it to be longer, you can say, get from him why he puts on this confusion. But I prefer this, the 4 words. So.
And the beginning of the question, can you? Does it go into telegram? Can you get from him why?
Claudius is a king. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are servants. He doesn't have to ask them politely.
Yeah,
he just says, get from him. Get from him why.
Get from him why.
For me, yes. I mean, you can decide yourself. For me, that is the telegram.
Okay.
That is the bit that tells us what is happening in this scene. It's the beginning of a scene, so it's a strong scene about asking questions and getting answers. So here we have the first image comes in the first line. And can you, by no drift of circumstance? That's a nature image, I think. It means something exploratory, something floating, like a boat floating on the sea, drifting. So he's saying to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, talk round the subject. Don't ask him directly. Talk round the subject, and maybe by your cleverness, he will betray himself. So, and can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion? Now, that's very interesting. He puts on. Could be like clothing. He puts on this confusion. He's pretending. I don't really believe it's completely real. So you've got a tiny little verb here, which can be seen as an image. It very much shows you how Claudius is feeling about Hamlet, totally doesn't trust him in any way. Then you've got the third line, grating so harshly all his days of quiet. A very strong grating. It's a sort of physical, harsh, it's a noise image. It's also a job image, that you'd be scraping at something, making something less by attacking it and scraping it away. It's very strong. And you've got this strong, harsh noise contrasted with all his days of quiet. Grating so harshly all his days of quiet. And then you've got the last line of these 4 lines, with turbulent and dangerous lunacy. And that's not imagery, that's, I think, probably fact. Turbulent, when you're in an aeroplane and there's turbulence, you're all thrown away, thrown round. It could be an image. But dangerous is a definite word. Dangerous. Yes, lunacy is madness. It's a noun saying madness, connected to the phases of the moon. So if you took the images out, which is a very good thing to do with any speech that you do, modern or Shakespeare, take them out and then put them back, and you really value them. So let's take them out.
Can I try the letter without imagery?
Yes, try the letter without the imagery. Off you go.
And can you get from him why he puts on this confusion with dangerous lunacy?
Yes, very good. You've got to remember that we're just playing with the words. We're not saying that we're going to do that. What are the words that gets the big energy level that the audience can really hear it and remember it? Yes, so if you get the energy level, and can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy? So the important words are, why is he mad?
And we never paint and color the imagery. We don't emphasize it when we are talking.
No, you let it ride. In my opinion, you let it ride. So you're not going to say, and can you, by no drift of certain, you know, no, it's not. It's, and can you get from him why? Grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy.
Okay.
I would. That's a stab. Lunacy. He's insane. He's dangerous. He's dangerously insane in the family. We've got to get rid of him.
Yes.
It's just when you're playing the king, that is what you're feeling about Hamlet. It gives you the inner feelings of the king by the imagery and the words he used, grating so harshly. Yes?
Yeah. Days
of quiet.
Yeah.
He's upsetting the family. He's got to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
that's
if you just look at it with that detail, it gives you everything that you need.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's a very deep work. If you work like this through the whole scene, you will get so many details.
Yes, but you need to get the energy on the story words. The story word is, what is this scene? The scene is, I am asking you a question, get from him why.
Yeah,
that's the word which pushes the action forward, gets Hamlet off to England to be killed.
Yes, thank you. That's very, very useful to remember. And that's something we need our actors to really understand and use in their work.
If they enjoy doing it, if it's fun, if it helps them,